Welcome guys to John's Football Channel. This is your preview to Everton versus Chelsea in the Premier League. This is going to be a very tight game. I think it's going to be a very difficult game. It's considering the games we have lost recently. Let's get into this preview. So we're playing at Merseyside towards Liverpool. This is the 31st game of the Premier League calendar. We know after this game we have 7 games left. So there's not many games left that we can actually bank on in order for us to qualify for Champions League next season. So let's get this right and let's get this 3 points in the bag. Our current form is the same as Everton's. Ironically, every game we've played, most likely our form is the same as the opposition. How weird is that? Chelsea have lost the last 3 games and won the last also the previous 2 games. So we've won against Aston Villa and then Wrexham, and then we lost our last 3 games after that. With Everton, it's a bit different. They have actually the last 2. They've lost 2 to Bournemouth and Man United, then 1-2 to Newcastle and Burnley, and then they lost to Arsenal in the last fixture. So let's take a look at how they would shape up to go face us. Pickford in goal, fairly simple and very obvious. Then I have Mike Colendo, Keane, O'Brien, and Garner as the defense. Guy and O'Gunham as the CDMs, and then McNeil, Dewsbury Hall, and Nade as the midfield. And then just ahead of them, you will have this striker. Who is this striker? Beto. So yeah, guys, it's a very decent team. I think below average, if I'm to be honest. I don't see much threats. I can see McNeil, yes, dangerous. I can see Dewsbury Hall being dangerous. Day as a signalese, yes, I think he can actually do well against us. But apart from that, I don't see anyone else that can actually worry me and actually think, okay, we have to worry about this player, and this player. No, not many players that I have to worry about going into this fixture. Then for us, obviously Chalobah now is not likely to be playing for a while. Same with Reece James. So we're gonna have to make some changes. As the left back, Hato probably as a centre back. I don't know. It could be a question of maybe. Well, Hato's been playing centre back recently, so wouldn't be very far from us to say let him play again. But I don't want us not to be surprised. I think we might be able to see Badiashile play with Fofana in the defense, and then Gusto on the right, Sanchez in goal, Caicedo and Enzo in the midfield, Neto, Palmer, and Garnacho as the front 3, and then João Pedro up front, just in front of them. I think this is more of a team that we can actually look at and say, yes, this is a proper formation, proper players. But I also wouldn't mind to see if we somehow put Santos in there. But I think also we know that we're going to be on the front foot against Everton. So I think hence why we're going with two midfielders in a sense instead of 3 with Santos, Caicedo, and Enzo. Now we actually have 2. Palmer can't necessarily as a midfielder. He's more of an attacking role, probably on the right wing, and very close to João Pedro up front. And then Garnacho also hopefully is bombing down that wing to cause some problems for Everton. Obviously, Garnacho can't be doing what he's been doing lately, being quite scared, very shy of the ball. We need someone who is willing to take on their man and willing to cause some trouble in the offensive phase. Garnacho also needs to get some passing correctly. I feel like out of all the players that I've just mentioned, I think he's one of the players that I can say, no, he's suspect to make mistakes tomorrow, especially a lot of the question of Sanchez as well. Depending if Everton actually press us, then I think we might have a problem. I think Sanchez might actually cause a problem as well, due to him not having much time on the ball, and might actually cause him having to go long, and chances are he doesn't actually find one of our men, and it ends up either going for a corner or a throw in or it ends up going to one of the opposition. So yeah, guys, this is a very critical game. We definitely need to be somehow mentally ready, even though we know what we've had previously with the bad form, bad results. But then somehow needs to go out the window. They have to be professionals. They have to just see the next game, and we have to move on. And yeah, I think that obviously the first thing we need to get in this game is obviously the first goal. The first goal will shape us and determine how well we are able to maneuver into the second half. If we don't get it, I think it might actually cause us to fall down and drop our levels, drop our mentality, and just think, okay, now we've lost it, and no, we won't have a drive to actually go and get the next goal. So the first goal, I think, especially for this game, is very critical. We know Everton. We know they can be tricky. We know that they can be dangerous. So yeah, guys, let me know down below what your guys' starting lineup would be. Would it be similar? Would it be different to Lima Rosinia's? Let me know down below what you guys think. Let's get into it. Everton's sits 8th but ranked 14th in XG table. So they're basically doing better than what statistics would say, which is not a good thing. From 14 to 8 is not much of a difference. If you said 8 but actually deserved maybe 6, 3, maybe yes. But from 14 to 8, and it clearly shows you that they don't really deserve to be in the top half of the table. Hence why I've mentioned that I don't really rate them as a team. The players that they have is not really very, very scary. I think there should be a lot of players in our team that are able to get over them and actually dominate this game. Everton are trying to win the first consecutive home game for the first time this season. Can you imagine? They haven't managed to get 2 wins in a row at home. James Garner has created the most big chances for Everton this season, which is 10. Everton have scored 6 goals in the last 5 games. So with that, we need to be a bit wary and be able to be more alert in order to ensure that this doesn't happen and that we don't concede any goals tomorrow. Chelsea are ranked 3rd in XG table but sits 6th, underperforming by 3 positions. João Pedro has 11 goals, away goals this season, the most by any Chelsea player since Tammy Abraham 2019-20 season. Chelsea ranks 2nd for away form in the Premier League this season, which is a good thing to hear and a good thing to see as in terms of stats, that we actually are doing a bit better than we might analyze because of the last couple of games that have gone out of our favor. Now we have a comparison between Dewsbury Hall and João Pedro. Goals, Dewsbury Hall has 6, João Pedro has 14. Assists, João Pedro has 5 assists, Dewsbury Hall has 3. Minutes per goal, Dewsbury Hall has 321 and João Pedro has 160. So let's get into the history. The last 4 games, or let's say 5 games we have played them. The very last one, the one right at the back, they beat us 2-0. Then we beat them 6-0 in 2024. Then we drew. Then we won 1-0, and then we doubled that by 2-0 recently in December 2025. So guys, I'm actually hoping for another comfortable win. I'm actually expecting a 2-0 victory. I don't think we might score very much a lot of goals, but I think it will be very simple. I think we'll be able to get here and there around their defense, and I think we'll be able to collect those 2 goals. And I don't think they have enough firepower to actually hurt us. So yeah, guys, let me know down below what you guys' score predictions will be. How do you see the game panning out? Do we concede? How many goals do we score? Do we win? Do we lose? Do we maybe even draw? Hopefully that's not the case. As the timing of this video, Man United is currently playing Bournemouth, so it'll be interesting to see where they lie. Let's get into the table. Arsenal obviously sitting first, Man City second, Man United in third. So if Man United do manage to win, they'll go to 60 points, having to play 1 game more. And then Aston Villa in 51, Liverpool in 49, and then Chelsea in 48. So if we win, we go to 51. We match with Aston Villa. More chances are we will top them because of our goal difference. If Everton win, then end up getting 2 points closer to us. which is going into 7th. There'll be just 2 points off us in 7th, going into 6th. So yeah, guys, we cannot mess this up because we clearly don't have much time to ensure that the teams ahead of us drop points and we actually gain more points to actually top them. So the only thing we can do is actually focus on ourselves, ensure that we get 6 points or how many ever points this season to ensure that we stay above them. So yeah, guys, let me know down below, where do you guys see us finishing coming towards the end of the season? What games do you see us winning? What games do you see us losing? Let me know down below. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This is my preview to Everton versus Chelsea. Peace.